Alright, we're going to go over what has sold over the last 2 weeks on eBay, and I'll show a Kohls clearance haul from last Monday. Right? The 25th is when it was from. So, and also, in addition to that Kohls haul, I got my license on the 25th. Still waiting for the actual physical one to come in here. It should be here sometime this week. But that is obviously going to be a huge impact on being able to go sourcing. Primarily, I was stuck to online arbitrage, and then a little bit of doing Kohls, like one or two stores usually. But now you will be able to hit all the Kohls in the area, which is, I want to say, 5 or 6 offhand. I can go check them all instead of just hitting the one or two. And then online, and then obviously going to thrift stores and stuff, so it will totally change the game. But I do need to get a car to really be able to implement that, and I'm waiting on my license to come in to do that, because I do have a couple picked out, kind of a main one and then some backups as well. So as long as they're still available in the next week, we should be good, because there was two that I was looking at last week that are gone now, so we'll see if they're still around in the next week or two. Alright, first we're starting off with this pair of Crocs Yukon Vista flip-flops. Sold it for $39.99 free ship. And as you can see, out of stock, sold all three that I had. Got these online from Kohls back in June, so what was it, the second to last? Or 2 sales ago. Picked these up online for $11.25, and as you can see, sold them for $40. I would have picked up more, but there was not. This was literally the only three that Kohls said they had left in stock online. And I'm actually kind of surprised too, because these are a men's 7. It's kind of a small size. I'm surprised that these sold this well, that I didn't have to wait till next year. Next was this pair of Crocs American flag ones, size 11, $54.99 on that, and then again out of stock, 3 sold. Although I'm pretty sure I have to double check that I have 4 of these, because it was cross-listed to Mercari, and I'm going to pull it from there and then relist it up on eBay. So I need to double check my inventory to make sure I do in fact have another pair to list. Next was this Hyde Park New York Fire Patch, $5.99. Next was this Fisher Price Calming Vibes Elephant Soother. Sold that for $30 free ship. Next was this pair of Revere sandals, women's size 9. Sold those for $40. Free ship. This came from the Amazon shoe palette, and these were something that were worth putting up on eBay. Next was this Keurig K-Slim. Sold it. I've sold these at a variety of prices, so I'm not sure offhand. A few of them have been out on offer, so I'm not entirely sure what each one sold at. Because I know there's one I took like a $48 offer on. There's one that sold at like the 5% off offer. And then, like I said, so it probably sold somewhere around that $50 range, because that tends to be where the offers come in at, is around that $50 range. So, $50 to $70 free ship is what I got on that. Next was a pair. It was either a single one or a pair. I think this one is just a single of these GE 100-watt light bulbs. $18 free ship on those. And as you can see, the quantity is greatly increased, because I was at the storage getting the Keurigs that sold, and I realized I still have like 5 boxes of these that I don't think. Actually, no, I need to double check, because I don't think I have 30. No, 30 available? I gotta double check. I have like 5 or 6 boxes, I think, and there's 4 or 6 in a box. 6, I'm pretty sure. So, 30 I figured it should be about close enough to what I have in stock. And I can always adjust it later, because usually nobody buys. There's only like one order where someone bought like 5 or 6 of them, so usually it's just like 1 or 2, so it won't be a big deal. Next was this Haverhill Fire, $5.99. Next was this American Eagle Peanuts Halloween slippers, women's size 8. Sold it for $60, free ship. These I paid up on, got them for $35. I think that was full retail on these last year at American Eagle. And when I first bought them, the sell-through rate was on them was insane. You know, they should have sold instantly. But then, of course, everyone else kind of started figuring that out, and then they kind of tanked. And now I'm hoping that as we're going to be getting back into Halloween here real soon, that I can get rid of these. Because I did kind of drop the price. I did originally have these priced at like almost $70. I did drop the price on them. And like there's one pair I sold on Mercari. I just wanted to sell them and get rid of them. I lost like $6 because where the offer came in at. And then after fees and shipping, I lost a couple bucks. But it was just a case of I just want to get these moved. It wasn't necessarily the greatest buy. But we'll see kind of like in the next month or two as we get into Halloween and fall. Next was this pair of Asics Gel Venture 9, men size 10, extra wide. Sold these for $60, free ship. These came from Kohls. This was the first in-person event that I went to, so that was back in like January, and got them for $26. I've sold almost all of the shoes I got in that first haul. Almost all of them have sold at this point, which is pretty nice. This was like one of the last pairs. So we got another Keurig, and this might be the one that got canceled, because there was two that got canceled. They had bought it at full price, of course, and in their cancellation request they said they had bought it because they had broke their other one, but then they managed to fix it, so they canceled the order, which I think is what this one is. Next was this pair of Skechers flip-flops. Sold them $34.99 free ship. And these I had just picked up from Kohls. Like I said, they were listed, as you can see, the 28th. I picked them up on the 25th. And then, like I said, they were sold by the end of the week. These sold, I think, Friday. So that was pretty nice. A nice, quick flip, which is kind of what I was hoping for on some of these sandals and stuff, because that's a lot of what I picked up. Mostly online was slides, which I still have to list. I picked up quite a lot of slides. And then there was a couple pairs of sandals that I picked up in store that I was hoping I could flip before next year. And I got lucky on this pair. There's the other Fisher-Price Soothing Elephant. Sold that for $30, and this actually went international. I forget where, but it was international. Another Keurig. This was probably the $48 one. And then this one was the 5% off the $70. Then sold another 2 light bulbs at $17.99 a piece. Then this was this Cimarron Hills Colorado Fire at $6.99. The Cincinnati, Ohio at $5.99. This NFTA Police St. Patrick's Day patch, sold that for $18.99 plus the dollar ship. I priced it specifically just to be right under the eBay standard envelope. And this was something, when they came out with them, I bought 2 of them, one for my own collection, then one to sell, so it came out to about $12.50 a piece, or yeah, $12.50. Shipping on it, I think on them is like $5, and the patch itself is $10. So I made a couple bucks on that. Next was a pair of Columbia men's boots, the Newton Ridge Plus 2, and these were the suede ones. Last year, no interest in them. This year, as you can see, I got one left. I had one on Mercari, sold it there, then the 2 on eBay, and sold the 1. So these should go as we'll be getting into fall and winter soon. So $70 free ship, and got these online from Kohls for 30. This was probably again back in that like first sale. Next, Watertown, Massachusetts Fire, $6.99. Next was this Extreme Life um, faucet mount replacement cartridge, little filter thing. Sold that for $19.99 free ship. This was new in the box. I got this from the bin store, the one trip we took there on $5 day, and sold it for 20. Next was this Brunswick Police Communication Specialist, $5.99 in this. And as you can see, this was listed a long time. This is one of the first first lots I ever did back in 2022. And the next, last thing was this Blackstone girdle cover for $22.99. Got this, I'm pretty sure it was the mailbox Home Depot pallet. And I sold the other one back when I first listed it. And back when I first got it. And then this one I kind of was holding off on because I had taken it out of the box, but I was able to shove it back in the box and get it sold. Alright, switched over to the other account. Only a couple on this one. We got this Knoxville, Tennessee Police, $4.99. This Union Pacific Police at $8.99. The City of Miami Subdued, $5.99. And then last is University of Virginia Police at $6.99. So that is it for what is sold over the last 2 weeks. Quite a bit of this was from this weekend, or the Labor Day weekend there. It was a excellent weekend. There was, what did I have, 15 or 16 sales for about $450. Gross, obviously, but that's still a pretty good weekend for me anyway. So, we'll roll that Kohls haul. And then that is it for this week. We'll see you guys next week. Alright, so it is another time for another Kohls clearance haul. This time just a small one. Not anything super big. I'm sure there was stuff I left that was worth it, but I didn't want to sit there and comp every single thing, even though that's kind of what you got to do. So I just picked out a couple things that should be good, and then some holdouts for next spring, and then these are kind of more try them and kind of see and try and see kind of thing. These kind of fall into that category too. So I'll start off with these. I got 3 pairs of these Reef flip-flops. Originally they're $50 on clearance for 25, and then it's half off, so $12.50 on these. And these were a little hard to pin down because when you just type in Reef sandal and like even the damn number, and I was able to find like what these actually are, it was still hard to pin them down. But I was seeing some, I want to say for like 30, 35. I think is somewhere in there, somewhere around there is what I can get for these. So I just picked up 3 of these size 13s. They had a bunch of different Reef flip-flops on clearance, as well as a bunch of Sonoma ones on sale as well, but the Sonoma ones are absolutely worthless. The retail on them is, nothing. It's like $10-15, so clearance, that's not going to work for my purposes. So, like I said, I just picked up these 3. I'm pretty sure these won't be a problem next spring / summer. I might be able to get rid of them now in the meantime, because obviously it's not non-flip-flop weather
in the south for a while, so should be able to get rid of these. We'll go to the other pair. So I got these pair of Skechers flip-flops, $25, half off again, so $12.50. These I don't think I really could find, but I figured again I could probably get like $30-40. These are kind of a bit of a gamble because I don't think I've ever actually gotten Skechers, definitely not flip-flops, to sell. And then these are also $25 as well, and these two are the same. Yeah, they're the same, just different sizes, 12 and 13, and then 11. So, like I said, I think like 35, 40 on these. So, I think, like I said, it's kind of a bit of a test because I've never sold Skechers. Yeah, there was one buy of Skechers that I made, and that was a bad buy. Those sizes don't sell. So we're gonna try these out. Next were these Converses. Not that I need any more Converses. Yeah, they were all $45.50 half off. So what is that? The $22.75? Is that what these are? I think so. $22.75 on these. And then these. Stay up there. Just your kind of standard pair of Converses. So I think these I should be able to get like 60 for. Because that's about what Converses go for. It's about 60. Yeah, retail on them 65. So, like I said, about 60. I should be able to get for these. Maybe like 55, 60. So, not too bad. 3 different sizes on those. And these pair of New Balances 410 V8s. 42.24. So these were 21.12. Yeah, 21.12. So these should be decent. I've seen a lot of soles in like this style, but not this colorway. So, but not like this colors. They're mostly like blue ones, and of course, they didn't have any of those. That's why I just picked up one pair to try them out because I don't really think I've done New Balances before either. So we're gonna try them out in this sale. So saved $395, spent $172, and that was, like I said, in store at one store. Online, I spent like almost $400. It was a lot of slides and flip flops, is what it was. Again, to flip for next year, or a little bit this year. And that was pretty much it for online. And I got one pair of golf shoes again to try them out, kind of see how it goes on those. Because they didn't seem like they were that great. Might be a little slim in the margins, but I'll try them out. So that's it for the Kohls haul. Another haul I wanted to show you was these Hey Dudes, these Christmas shoes, these ugly Christmas shoes. So I picked up a bunch of 2 different styles and in like 2 different sizes. I picked them up. I don't remember what I paid for them. I'd have to look again wherever I got these from. I don't even remember where I got them from at this point. So there's that, and then there's all this stuff that needs to be listed. All this stuff that needs to be listed. A lot of this, like that shelf, is different sprinkler stuff, which we're probably gonna end up getting stuck with till next year because it's pretty late for that. But because we were moving, I wasn't able to get them listed. Then these are just like a small little Walmart clearance dollar. They were 20. I think I could get about 15 or 20 back out of them again. So 2 different ones. I figured at $1. Couldn't go wrong there. Should be able to sell them. A bunch of breakers here. That's from all this panels and stuff that I've gotten scrapping. There was one that I recently just got the whole panel. It was full. So that's where a lot of those came from. And other than that, there's these 2 boxes of shoes left. And then this is some gaming stuff and other random things that were our uncles that that have been sitting at our house, and I wasn't sure if we were selling them or not. He's passed now, so we're definitely gonna sell them. So this aftermarket, no, yeah, GameStop controller. Throw it with his Xbox or something. Yeah, generic controllers. Say it's an Xbox, and oh, there's an actual Xbox controller. Oh yeah, this GameCube in here. So add that to the stuff to be listed. Oh, I gotta get this listed as well. This portable sauna that I got on the Home Depot pallet. I did go through it. It's missing like one or two things. Nothing's like super important, and I did test it. It works. So it makes steam, and let's get that listed. And this is, oh, you guys didn't see this. This is my other rack that we put it here because that's kind of the only place it fits, because it doesn't fit under the ductwork, so it's got to be on this side. So, and I just got a couple bins. These are all these Nike puffers that I got. That was a dumb idea because I hate clothing, so that was a dumb idea. The USA Crocs, getting down on those. There was enough of them to justify putting them in a bin, and not with the other Crocs. And then this is specifically for NFL hats, because I got quite a bit of those. And then all the other hats are in that bin. And these are for slides and sandals, which will be quite full after we're done. After everything comes in. And I have a pair of Reef flip-flops in here that I got on some clearance, actually, so I have to make sure they're even listed and check the photos on them, because that was something I don't think I did very good photos on, so that's why I'm still looking at them. So that's the haul.